This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. Now in the news for today, May 14, 2023, Mount Salem murders linked to remnants of gangs seize Chang. Minister of National Security Dr. Harris Chang has revealed that recent shootings in the Mount Salem community, which have left 3 dead and 2 injured, can be linked to individuals who were once involved in gang activity. According to the minister, while the big gangs have been contained, individuals are the ones who have recently been wreaking havoc. Chang was speaking with the media Saturday after touring Crawford Street and the main road in Mount Salem with members of the security forces. In the Mount Salem area, we don't even have an identifiable big gang. It's more community-based and family-related. Everybody knows everybody, but the increased activity in scamming has generated a lot of financing, and of course there are still guns available and people are willing to use them, the minister explained. There are still young men who were a part of that gang who are still the face of it, and there is this continued quest for violence, he added. The flare-up in crime has occurred despite the community being declared a zone of special operations, a tool employed since 2017. The ZOZO was to have been a two-pronged approach to fixing the problem, rid the community of criminals, while providing social support for residents. Chang believes that the initiative is still on track. We've had less than 10 murders over the 7-year period, and this is the first one in about 8 months. What it reflects is the original concept is still there that will bring peace, he asserted. This view was also shared by Assistant Commissioner of Police for Area 1, Clifford Chambers, who was on the tour. From a policing standpoint, it is clear that the zone of special operations is working. When you look at the statistical figures of murders, shootings, and major crimes, it is clear that it is working, Chambers insisted. Bail 14 and a 20-year-old accused in shopping spree on stolen credit card. A teen boy and his 20-year-old accomplice, who allegedly conspired and stole a credit card and conducted unauthorized shopping amounting to $237,000, were granted bail when they appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday. Neville Harris and the 17-year-old are charged with unauthorized access to computer data, possession of identity information, and simple larceny. Attorney-at-law Shade Bailey made the successful bail application, telling the court that her clients are fit and proper candidates and will abide by their bail conditions. Parish Judge Charles Pennycook then offered the teen $150,000 with a surety. Harris was offered $200,000 with a surety. Both were placed under a daily curfew of 6 p.m. for the duration of the case. They are to report to the Portmore Police Station 3 times per week and reappear before the court on June 23, 2023. It's alleged that on May 6, the complainant went to conduct business with her National Commercial Bank credit card in Portmore. The teenager managed to steal the card from a bag. The court heard that the video footage shows him taking the card. The teen is said to have taken pictures of the card and sent the information to Harris, who shopped using the details. Harris was held after the bank notified the owner of the numerous transactions that took place. A report was made to the police and an investigation led to the arrests. 3 in custody following latest Hopewell killing. The police have revealed that 3 men are now in custody following the shooting death of Cornell Grizzle, an elderly construction worker in the Crabwood Lane section of Hopewell, Hanover on Friday. Grizzle, a 62-year-old resident from the Montpelier section of the parish, was working on a construction site when armed men approached and shot him. He later died. Following a tour of Crabwood Lane on Saturday, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Area 1, Clifford Chambers, provided an update to the media. There are 2 persons who have been arrested and charged and are in custody. We are hoping that we'll be able to keep them from being offered bail because of the nature and the gravity and the continuity of investigation and the leads which have been provided given other crimes that they are involved in, he stated. There is another who is also in custody, pending interrogation and further discussion as it relates to the potential of his involvement in other crimes, he also divulged. According to the ACP, the spate of murders in Hopewell could be attributed to recent gang activity that has its origins in illicit lottery scamming. We have two gangs which I don't want to name, but as a result of the tension and the murders and the reprisal and the counter-reprisal, you do have what is now spilling out into some murders on the ground, unfortunately, he stated. However, he insisted that the police have been on top of this latest incident. With regards to this one, we're safely saying that the police are confident that the issues will be brought to an end soon, given the persons who are in custody and the known perpetrators who are involved in these gangs, he assured. Chambers also used the opportunity to provide details on the deceased, explaining that he too was part of a criminal network based on what the police's intelligence has shown them. The man here is no angel. A gun was taken from him, the cop said. There were rounds that were found in his pocket when the forensic crime did their crime scene investigation, and he is the father of one of the persons who is presently in custody, he added. FLA seizes powerful rifle allowed in for shooting competition, says probe complete. The Firearm Licensing Authority says it has completed a probe into the circumstances under which a powerful rifle brought into the island with a Canadian sports shooting team earlier this year was believed to have been sold to a member of the Jamaica Rifle Association. An FLA spokesman told the news that the results of the investigation, along with a recommendation, will be sent to the board of the authority. However, he opted not to say more in order to avoid prejudicing the case, which is being closely watched by licensed firearm holders and the dealers who believe an attempt will be made to suppress it. Late last week, the FLA confirmed information from a reliable source that it had seized the 7.62 rifle after customs detected that the Canadian team on their departure were one rifle short of the number they were allowed on entry for the competition. The person coming in was given an import permit, a temporary permit to bring the rifle in for the purpose of this competition, and also given the export to leave the country with the gun, the FLA spokesman said. The sole purpose for which the FLA gave authorization for that weapon was for it to come into the country for competition shooting. A condition of the approval is for it to leave with the owner. That is standard for all competitions, the FLA spokesman explained. The only way the owner could have left his gun in Jamaica is if somebody had purchased it, the FLA spokesman argued. He said that after being informed about the breach by customs, the FLA received a written request from the JRA for the authority to facilitate a transfer of a rifle to another member of the association who was going to buy the weapon. When the JRA took the gun from the Canadian man, we didn't know. When we checked the inventory of the JRA, they had no such gun in their possession, he said, adding that when the FLA pointed that out, the JRA explained how it came to be in possession of the rifle. So on that basis, we went there immediately and seized the firearm. I doubt whether the executive of the JRA was aware that this was taking place, the spokesman said, suggesting that only one person was involved. It is a criminal act to import a gun into the country for one specific purpose and then sell it. You cannot sell a gun to anyone without first owning it and without FLA approving the ownership of that gun to you, he said, adding that even though the JRA is a licensed firearms dealer, it cannot buy a gun from anyone without FLA authorization. The FLA spokesman said the person whom it believes had purchased the rifle faces the possibility of being charged with illegal possession of firearm, trafficking, as well as aiding and abetting illegal importation of a firearm. Meanwhile, he said the authority will contact its international partner, the Canadian government, through the High Commission here on the matter. Additionally, he said the FLA will be tightening the procedures for all guns brought in for competition. However, he did not give specifics. It is a serious matter and a great cause for concern, he said. That concern was shared on Saturday by a policeman and two licensed firearm holders who pointed out to the news that the 7.62 rifle is among the weapons being used by criminals here. The three, in separate interviews, basically expressed the same sentiment that they are awaiting the outcome of the matter. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.